All right, now let's go ahead and move over to the next section here. This is where the screen is, this next panel. So we look right here, we have our write button. And so when we need to write and save things, such as scenes or tones or whatever it is, we press the write button and it'll give us option for what's available for us to save. All right, so I'm going to press the exit button here. Okay, that's a very important button. Master effects, this is how we get into all the different master effects of the Phantom here. So if I hit the master effects, you see it says total effects. And so if I want to go further, I can go Shift, Master Effects, and it takes me to the Master Effects section of the Phantom. Directly from here, we can get right to it. And of course, we can go ahead and press the arrow buttons and get to different sections of the Master Effects right here as well. So that's what that button does. We go on further, we have Motional Pad, and we can set this one to actually have it move around through different zones and kind of change what's going on for us in real time. So right now I don't have it going. I can go ahead and grab it and it can adjust the layers, the sounds, what's going on, and I can put it on auto so it just naturally goes that way. I can go into the edit and I can adjust how it reacts within those different zones, the minimum and the maximum of those volumes. So that's cool. And it can be up to 4 zones, just FYI on that one. And that's Motional Pad. So let me go ahead and turn that auto off right there. Of course, we have DAW control, which we're going to go into. We have DAW control for Main Stage Logic and also GarageBand. We never talk about that, but GarageBand also has the ability to be controlled with the Phantom-0. And you see here we also have control, DAW control available for Ableton Live, and that's all within this button, DAW control. But before you use it, make sure you download all the necessary drivers from Roland.com, and that'll get you going on that. Of course, here we have our menu button. Press this button, and this is how we get into the Phantom and really explore everything that's available to it. So this is a very good button right there. Press exit again. All right, now let's go ahead. We have our dial wheel, and this can be used for a lot of different things. Right now I have it at the top section of the screen, so I can go through the scenes. That's one way. I have my chain. I have my scene chain right here, and this allows me to go ahead and take particular scenes and put them in a specific order. Don't worry, we are going to go into this one well. It's going to get its own video. Also, if we want to, we can hit Zone View, which I think we already did that. Remember, Zone View will allow you to see 1 zone, 4 zones, 8 zones, or 16 zones right here. Now, this is a great button. I love this button, single tone. If I just want to hear single sounds and I'm not quite ready to go ahead and explore making a big old sound palette, I can just press single tone and it temporarily clears out the scene that's there and allows me to look around at the sounds this way. Just very nice and clean. And I could always, change it up if I want to expand this and do some layers and splits or whatever. I can do that by pressing Zone View. But this is a real nice space. No matter where I am inside the Phantom and I want to start something fresh, if I just hit the single tone button, it temporarily clears out the scene that is currently up so I can go ahead and do some things. All right. And now, of course, we have the tempo button. This is where we set tempo. And we can have a click if we want to have the click. But what a lot of people don't realize is that if you tap the tempo button multiple times, this is a tap tempo. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the tap tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can go ahead and change my tempo this way. You can also do it by using the dial wheel. That's, of course, you can do that. But this is also a tap tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Very quick and easy, and I'll press the knob to close. That being said, let's look at these knobs right here on the bottom. You see they have already things that they're assigned to right here. This is really cool, and they change according to what's on the screen. So, for example, if I were to go into, let's say, this scene right here, and I go inside the zone view, they might have different functionality depending on the sound that I have up. So I'll go ahead and move over here. You see it's more synth-oriented parameters at the bottom. Go down again, and you see they have different parameters. I might go ahead and choose a piano, different. Choose a supernatural piano. So they change according to what's on here. So this is something really good to know, that you can go in here and do that. Here's another very important section of the Phantom in general, of course, with the dial wheel. But we have our increment, decrement button, and this allows us to move up and down. Sometimes it's going to be with the scene. Sometimes it might be, if we go and look at a sound, we can increment or decrement from there. So that's what those are for, up and down. Next, we go into our cursor arrows right here. So you can go up and down, left and right. Just, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just making sure you understand right there. So if I were to go into like a sound here, I can move around however I want, up and down. Of course, this is a color touch screen, so we can do it that way. But if you want to go ahead and take advantage of these cursors, you can do that as well. Of course, here's the exit button and the enter button. Now, this shift button is also a very important button. It will open up windows very fast for you, so I encourage you to kind of have some fun with it. For example, we already explored if I press and hold shift and give these wheels a wiggle, it takes me where I can assign them. If I go ahead and press and hold shift and maybe move one of the faders, it takes me to the mixer section of the Phantom. You know, we can do that. Press and hold shift. Maybe I come into here and give it a wiggle. Took me to the mixer section there. Nothing is highlighted. Let's go into the assignments. Assignments. Press and hold shift. Took me to the assignments. Let's hit control. Press and hold shift. And it took me to the zone edit screen. So you see, the shift button is really a great button. And here's one more. Notice right there it says panic and it says numeric. What that means, if a MIDI note ever gets hung up on the Phantom, if you press and hold shift and then hit the exit button for panic, it will stop all of the MIDI notes that are playing. This is rarely happens. If it happens, it's probably to do with computers, but this is a nice way you can just really shut that down for you. It's just called panic. It's a MIDI term, believe it or not. Also, you see numeric. What does that mean? If I press and hold shift and then hit enter, I actually have a 10 key that I can use. So if I know of a particular sound, the number of that sound, I can do that, and I can go ahead and just punch it in and press down this knob for OK, and it'll take me to there. So shift and enter is how we get to a 10 key. So that's cool. I think I have it covered here. There's a lot going on, but it's not too bad once you take it apart.